Ah, the spider ball.
I was slow in pushing my play button in, so you'll be a few seconds ahead. No big deal. You'll finish ahead of me, slightly.
I think the spider ball looks kind of...
And also your commentary will now be slightly ahead of if you react to things around you when I cut it all together.
Oh wait, what time are you at? I slowed it down slightly.
I'm at 22 seconds. You have to try to guess where I would be by the time you actually changed.
I'm at 32.
1 second difference, close enough. Close enough for government work.
Let's see, government work.
Well, that's the phrase. I know, your government is incompetent up in Canada?
It's pretty incompetent sometimes, but I trust it. But, yeah, 6 months to wait for my gun license. I've heard stories of people waiting 2 weeks. I waited 6 months just to realize that
it was sitting in the office the whole time?
Sitting in the office the whole time. And it would have just sat there if I didn't call up and... Yeah, the lady just literally said...
Oh, it's been here.
Yeah, it's just right here. Let me approve it for you.
Well...
What came out of my mouth was, thank you. What came out of my head was...
Nice. Okay. I'm gonna have a government story too.
You are?
Yeah, let me just finish the speedrunning thing. Just wrap it up. So yeah, I think that's basically what my little rant there goes over. You kinda have to have a balance. And I said this about video games as becoming being recognized as a sport too. I mentioned some things off screen, but I've had this, that there has to be a balance of rules, otherwise people who don't play it won't see it as an interesting thing to watch, to see people compete. That's why people watch sports like basketball, football, soccer, blah blah blah. They want to see two players or teams compete, depending on what the sport is, and they want to see somebody become better. They want to see who's better. They want to see a competition. Now, granted, it is a competition in video game sports, but you have to convince people that it is.
Yeah. Oh, just a little fun fact. That big room Aaron was just in.
Oh yeah, the two weird pad things. That were spitting lava at me.
That was supposed to be the room where you fought Thardus.
According to LJ, which actually, remember, I trust you, but not Colton to tell me these things.
Yes. Well, Colton does use his name as a verb now. A verb. Let's Colton. Like,
I've never actually heard him use this. Maybe I've just forgotten and repressed it from my memory.
Let's Colton this.
Okay. Time for my government story. So, when was it? Yeah, 2 months ago? What is this? It's almost October. So about a month ago. I think it was last month. I didn't go into the DMV, I just waited outside. But we registered both our cars last month. Yeah. And the stupid people at the DMV screwed up. They registered our van twice. Somehow. Actually, it's not even that simple. Somehow they just screwed up so badly that it's just it's just, I don't know what I'm talking about. It's so annoying. We spent an hour there to get both the cars registered, standing in line. I was actually sitting and taking a nap. Yay me. I was driving, so that's why. I got to take the nap, I was driving.
Good excuse. I use it all the time.
But yeah, and then we had to deal with people that didn't even understand what we were saying our problem was. And it took us about 2 weeks to figure it out. We weren't even exactly sure at first that they fixed it right. But then again, the DMV is infamous.
Oh yeah.
Here, for being full of people that just don't care.
Yeah,
or brain dead. Maybe it's an exaggeration, but it's fun to make fun of.
Yeah.
And even if they get it right, it still takes forever.
Oh yeah, I hear stories about it all the time.
We even went to one that we thought wouldn't be nearly as busy.
Wow. And it was still busy?
Who knows? Maybe the other one would have been 2 hours. But regardless, the parking lot... So, there's we actually went to a DMV that's a little further away. LJ?
Yeah?
Oh, I was hearing funny noise. I almost went all the way around Sonic style.
Gotta go
Trying to
faster,
get this
faster.
one.
Gotta go faster,
Oh,
faster.
I completely
faster.
screwed up on the tree. I blew it up because there's a missile expansion. Then I exit and get these first and come back, so I have to spend another 5. Efficiency.
Very.
Anyway, we actually went to a DMV that's further away from us slightly.
Yeah.
Because even if the other one wasn't any busier, it's sort of hilarious. This is a DMV, a Department for Motor Vehicles. This is where you take the driver's test.
Yeah.
Granted, this has nothing to do with licensing, it's with designing. Their parking lot is one of the most atrocious pieces of crap.
Seriously?
Yes. It has 3 entrances. / exits. Kind of.
That's an odd.
And they're all within about 20 feet of each other.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
That's odd and dumb.
And some of them aren't both. Some of them are one way, and nobody knows. Nobody knows when they're driving around there.
I think they just gave up since it was the DA.
It's in an older part of town. I wonder if that has something to do with it.
Maybe.
I remember to do this. I usually forget. You have to go up that part, blow up that block to get the missile expansion.
You know, I bet
You'll waste time if you go up this way first.
You know, I'm just thinking all the Chozos, the reason why they made up all the tests. You know what? Samus probably won't get enough brain activity or anything, so let's exercise her mind with these puzzles.
Very simple puzzles.
We're just keeping her mind active. She'll thank us
Well,
later.
they do call it the hatchling.
The hatchling.
Which, to be honest, is better than the baby. And
That
then there was
word.
silence. That word can burn!
It can.
Here's
Just
another
sit
example
there.
that Sakamoto got over his head. That was 2 things he specifically directed. It had to be translated and always said in that way. And the voice actress who did Samus was specifically told to do her voice that way.
Why? Why was she told to be a...
I don't know if he actually understood what he was asking, because I mean, Nintendo, interacts with, Americans a lot, obviously, but that doesn't mean they have a great grasp of the English language and all its subtext and context.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That's my benefit of the doubt for him. I just don't know.
Oh, and the designs were also kind of wonky.
Oh, just as a side note before you get there. You see all the glowing wall panels? If anybody's wondering, that's the Chozo lore. I guess it's to let you know that it's something important. Otherwise, it might just look like pointless wall design. Anyway.
Oh, just another thing. The GF Trooper design in the other M is atrocious. It's atrociously weird and dumb. It's not practical.
They do apparently have Mass Effect fold-out guns, though.
They do. That's the only cool thing about their uniform.
But what about the arm blasters like Samus?
Yeah, they didn't get arm blasters. They just got some machine guns that did nothing.
I guess
So
were they shooting bullets? Because in Echoes and Prime, it was clearly that they were shooting energy, kind of like Samus. Energy bolts. Even though they call it ammo, but, power cells, I guess.
I'm gonna call it like energy bullets or something like that.
Well, it could just be a holdover from, ballistic days, and it could actually be energy cells.
It'd be sweet if it was like energized bullets or something. That'd be badass. Because bullets are cool.
Anyway, I'm pretty sure in Other M they were shooting just pure unfettered bullets.
Yeah.
It even sounded like bullets. That just makes it slightly less cool.
I know, bullets are pretty badass.
I know, but when you're in sci-fi and you have energy, and you have people running, and you have a bounty hunter running around in a power suit with an energy gun, your bullets just don't seem nearly as impressive.
Ah, good point.
I mean, look at it this way: you don't see people in Star Wars running around with bullets for good reason.
Yeah. Well,
Actually, with the exception being in Republic Commando, which was an awesome game.
they used bullets in Commando?
When you get to the second, it's hard to describe exactly. There were 3 stages, but there were a lot of levels in each stage, if you know what I'm trying to say. When you get to the second stage, you run into a bunch of Trandoshan pirates, and when you first ran into them, the guy says basically this might even be a quote, "Shotguns? I didn't know anybody even used ballistic weapons anymore." But then again, these are the Trandoshan, which, if anybody knows, are a bunch of rather uneducated lizards for the most part. They're kind of interested in hunting, especially Wookiees.
Oh, you mean the one that wears doesn't wear a boot during the
If you're thinking about Empire, yeah, the guy in the yellow jumpsuit, that's a Trandoshan.
everyone's wearing shoes but except for him. So why did you decide to take your boots off? It helps my feet breathe. Even bounty hunters need to stay hygienic.
There's lizard. They're lizard men.
Doesn't mean
Anyway,
they can't...
yeah. So I guess they have. It's the only instance I know of bullets, and I only assume they're bullets because he uses the word ballistic.
Ah.
And he says it as if he's surprised, so that obviously means that people usually use ballistic weapons. Though, I guess the Wookiee bowcaster doesn't quite count, even though I'm pretty sure the lore states that it actually shoots a projectile. It's just, like, covered in an energized cover.
Oh yeah, and the
The Wookiees are not dumb. They just have poor fashion sense.
Yeah. Oh.
They just have their own little style. Ah, I shot you. Oh wait, it still came back.
What the hell?
Yeah, super missiles apparently work. I used to only think the energy beam did. I don't know if regular missiles do.
What the hell was that? You like shot it, bounced off
Well,
the missiles, like...
when they first appear, they have a certain point of invulnerability, so it bounced off of him, but it's still tracking him, so it went back down and whacked him.
Yeah, that means that missile did a whole 180 just to hit strike it again.
Yeah, where's Dieter mode, right?
Oh, there
No.
it is.
I've heard this joke before by a lot of people. It's the bowling Chozo.
I choose you.
Oh no, it's Pokemon?
Samus, I
I
choose
choose you. Samus used tackle.
Samus used bombs.
I haven't had a reference to Pokemon before. That's a new one.
It just seemed perfect. Chozo bends down, just I choose you.
You actually I mentioned to you, LJ, but you still need to go see it. You should go see that Pokemon Origin thing I saw. It's quite epic.
Oh yeah, I heard about it.
I'm actually worried. Apparently, they are actually bringing it into English. I'm already slightly worried of what they're going to turn it into.
Oh god, I hope it is.
So unless they actually do it pretty faithfully, I'm just going to say find the English sub.
As long as no one talks like Ash. Go catch them all. As long as no one does that, I'm fine with it.
Hey, first two series were pretty good actually.
And then it went downhill. But again,
that's because we suddenly realized that we're not going anywhere.
But yeah.
Which is sad because I don't know. Everybody has a different opinion. But Hoenn was one of my favorite generations. I know
But
you
again,
don't play Pokemon, but
I was more of a Digimon kid.
yeah, too bad yours didn't last. Maybe I would have eventually found out what that was all about.
It was sweet.
Though I think you might really like the manga because it's much more serious. Imagine kind of like Monster Hunter, except more like Monster Tamer.
I might. I'll probably give it a peek and just to see what it's about.
I don't know if there's any official English version, so you might have to find an unofficial translation.
YouTube translators.
Well, more like manga translators. You just have to find. They're pretty easy to find since it's so well known.
You know, I want to see what would happen if you put Samus from Prime and Samus from Other M in the same room and told them to fight each other. I think the one from Prime would like start wailing on her, while the one from Other M would just start contemplating life.
Yeah, I see here I pointlessly turned into a morph ball. Oh, that's the end of the episode, though.
Aww.
Oh well. And as for record, I guess I'll have to agree with you. At least we didn't say that she was a wuss, just that she would be too busy monologuing.
Yeah, too busy thinking like, why
am I seeing myself here?
Why are the walls brown?
Why do I felt as if I was in a out-of-body experience.
Why did the Chozo give me a skin-tight suit?
Maybe that's her own design. I don't know.
Yeah.
We should just end while we're behind.
Yeah.
Alright, people, next time.
Next time.